The morning after, the night before, Apache helicopters flying all over. There have been helicopters all over. Last night was the weirdest night I've ever seen. For me, I'm going to try and come up with a picture right now. I'm going to show you this. Where are these pictures? Okay. Not that one. Not that one. Okay, here it is. Uh, okay, from a distance it works. You see the orange? It's not in front of the moon, it's behind the moon. It came in front, which said it was an eclipse of the moon, but this is what eclipsed the moon. This lines over here, these are chemtrails. You have to see what happened after this passed. Here's another picture. I'm going to try and see if I can move over my camera a little bit and move over these pictures. Okay, here's all the pictures. You see over here? That's behind. Here, it's behind. And then down here, somebody said this is Uranus. I know you can't see these. This one here, this one here, this one here. This is the moon. This was the craziest moon I've ever seen. What else was I going to show you? The Apache helicopters. Let's see if I can get them on here. The Windows Phone. Import pictures. Just give me a second. We're going to just take a look up what's happening up there, right? So now the pictures are importing. Boom, 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 boom. And they're going to open up in a second. I'm going to show you. Yeah, Apaches are flying all over. See, this is what happened last night. They put the chems out, and you can see a green. You can see green that sits right behind it. Let me see. Is this going to make it bigger? No, it's not going to make it bigger. No, that's a cat on my bike, taking a look at my bike. We're going to bring this back one. Going to bring it to pictures again. And here, again, here it is again, right over here. And this, and then right behind it, okay? And then this one over here. There were just a lot of them last night. This one you can barely see. Now with this picture over here, okay, what I want to mention, let me see if I can bring this a little bit bigger. See this? I put my camera a touch on an angle for the moon, and all of a sudden the moonlight disappears. I turn back the camera, and then all of a sudden we see the moon this way. So it's almost like a doorway. It's almost like a see-through, something that was see-through, like an embryo in an egg came through. Okay, I don't know what it did. I can't really talk about it because I don't know. Now I'm going to see what else came in here. 9:28, is that today? Yeah. No, that's last night. I'm just trying to look at what happened. See, these pictures didn't come out. Oh, yes, they did. There it is. There's the Apache right here. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to go back and come down. Let's see. Sorry about that. And see if we can get the beginning of the Apache here. And then we have the Apache here. And this thing is flying around and around and around and around. I don't know what it's looking for. It's never been here, but don't forget, we're in Canada, right? And here's another one. I can't actually see it. It's right up over here, okay? And if you take a notice, see this over here? This is only a dot on my screen. So don't count it for, or it used to be a dot on my screen. But they used to both be a dot on my screen, but they won't come off now. So this is what's happening right here. There's your big Apache, okay? And I've been dreaming lately, okay? We're gonna change this camera over to me. I've been dreaming all kinds about what I'm thinking. Mars and Earth and Mars and Earth, and I'm not sure if we can come up with that video right now. I'm trying to focus on it. There is one thing, the vowels in the alphabet, A, E, and I, is 1, 5, and 9, and the consonant vowels, okay, in which A, E, and I are 1, 5, and 9. They're below 10. 1 now equals 7, which equals 13, which equals 4. So A equals D, and Mars and Mercury come together. 5, which is Jupiter, now equals to 11, which now equals to 2. So now we have 13. Number 1 is equal to 4. And number 5 is equal to 2. And that's the same number to the cat. Number 9 and number 5. The cat is, okay, inside the circle because 5 and 9 are in the center. When you take two circles like this, you go through the 5 heart, into the heart, and out the other heart. 5, 9, 5, standing for Neptune. Okay, Neptune, Jupiter. the other thing I was going to mention is that 9 is now equal to 15, which equals to 21. So I and you and I, intravenous if you want to look at it, because U and V go together because of sounds. Why because of sounds? The French say U, and they also mention it as a V when they pronounce W. They also exchange J for G, in which they exchange I for E. 5959, EIEIO, 5959 on your clock. Now, the 21st letter is 3, and that's U. And the 15th letter, which stands for Mars, okay, O, in which the 9 lives of the cat lives, or Luna passes through it, because you need 2 for 1 to pass through it, otherwise you don't. So you pass through something, 2 sides, 1 passes through. Here's 2 sides, here's 2 sides, there's your 4. Or vertical, horizontal, and vertical, the in-between, we don't need the corners. We're going in between here and in between here. That's your 4. That's your 6 if you got that, and that's your 8. So you have 2 angles, here and here 4, and then here and here 4, and that in between creates your 8, and your 8 by 45, the sun, the fox, the flow, and the echo within the mountain equals to your 360 degrees. The cycle is multiplied by 20 and 20. Why? Because 20 times 36 is 720 times 2. And how do we get that? The reality for that is because everybody knows 1 to 8 is the maximum, because 1 and 8 is 9. 1 and 9 makes the complete circle with 10, and 1 is in the center of 0. So let's go to U. U is 21, call it 3. Now we're going to go to O, okay, like UFO, okay? U is 3, F is 6, O is 6. It's 636 creation. Now, 3 for U, 6 for O, Celsius and Fahrenheit, the difference in temperatures, 1.8. Is the difference, plus 32 is the doorway, and that's how you calculate Celsius and Fahrenheit, but they don't give you all the numbers. So we're going to go 3, 6, and I is 3. So it's 363 on the right-hand side, equaling to 363 is equal to 12. Then the 5 will now equal to 2, is 14, and the 1 will equal to 4, equals to 16, and 1 and 6 is the maximum we get on the cube. The maximum we get on the cube, 1 and 6, and this is your only 7. Now, if I was adding 6 to everything, okay, I would add 6, okay, to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I was to change my method value of 0, I would say add 6 to everything up to 6, and then 7, 8, and 9 only add 4, because 7, 8, and 9 plays within the circle. It is the gateway within the circle. So now we would do like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, add 6 or 60. 6 times 6 is 360. And then 3 times 6 is 180, 540 equals to the number of the sun, the fox, the flow, and a whole bunch of other things. And what's so crazy about this is that 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 is 256. We're missing DC. And 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 is 625. We're missing DC, multiplied by 41, which is what you need to get around the Monopoly board in order to catch the Mediterranean, because the Mediterranean is the first one, and when you start on go and you have 2 dice, the minimum is 2. In fact, the minimum is actually 5. Why? Because if you dice 2 ones, you have to go again. And you dice 2 ones, you have to go again. If you dice it again, you go to jail automatically. It doesn't matter what you roll. 6 would equal 10 as the minimum. Just as 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 is 4, and 2 and 2 is 4, 8 would put you at 10. 3 and 3 is 6 and 4, okay? 1 and 1, 1 and 1, and then 3 and 3. That's 6 and 4, that would equal to 10, and that would put you right where you are. 3 and 3 would get you on your third doubles. We're going for the minimum doubles. And then 4 and 4 is 8, plus 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 is 4, equals to 12, brings you back to 10. 5 and 5 is 10, plus 4 is 14, brings you back to 10, and 6 and 6 is 12, plus 4 is 16, bring you back to 10, and 16 and 8 is what brings you the day and the night. Half of each other, go to sleep, you need a good 8 hours. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Just like 1, ONE equals to DC, 6, 5, 5, New World Order. 6, 5, 2. 13, 1 and 3 is 4, alternate current inside 1 DC. SIX, 52, 3 and 4 equals 7, 5 and 2 equals 7, 6 and 1 equals 7, and only 6 and 1 can equal 7 because this one dot ends up in the center. There's a dot here, and a dot here, and a dot here, right? 1, 3, and 5, ACE, it's also the cat. Why is it the cat? Because when you look at your typewriter over here, the first letter, the third letter, first letter in the second row, third letter in the bottom row, and the third letter in the top row, and the third letter in the bottom row in the first. 133, alternate current 313 says ace. Cat is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 and 3. That says ace. Cat is the numbers 1, 3, 5. It says ace. And ace in position over here is 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3. Equals to 19 times 19, because 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, equals to 3 and 4. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 and 4 is 7, equals to 19, and we start all over again. Everything is multiplied by going through the center. The arrow goes through the center. 1, we multiply it by 1.5 because it's half of both sides. 1.5 times 360 is 540. 180, half. 144 equals to the week and 6 days. Don't count the 7th day, it's a rest, it's different. 1.25 times 144 equals to 288. Excuse me, 144 times 2 is 288, times 1.25 is 360 degrees, because we have to have 2 weeks, the same way we need 2 Mayan weeks, which is 20 days of 18 months equals 360, and a whole lot more calculations. But we're not going to go there. I'm going to sit down and have my rice for lunch. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. We're going to give you the last one. I do these things over and over. 5781, 5 and 2 is 7, 7 and 0 is 7, 8 and 1 is 7, 6 and 1 is 7, 101 minus and plus, 2016, the end result where we make it perfect. The new year begins, or new world order begins right here. That's where the number starts. And do not forget, when December 31st comes, you have completed 2016 years. Is that not correct? When we start 2015, we have finished 2015, because we go 0 went to 1. When you start at 0, when you're born, right, and you say I'm 1 year old, you're 1 year old when you hit your birthday. You've completed that year. So when we hit 2016, we have completed 2016 years. So when Jesus was born, he was born on minus. He was born at the 7th inning stretch, 2.5 years before time began. 1212, Raphael 7286 on the constellation of Pegasus. I play the numbers and I find the results because the numbers are perfect. I create the situation. I use the number. How do I say that? All the games that we play, the situations are there. We just have to make them, we have to find the right mathematical equation that fits with them to make them perfect. And here's one of them. 29 and 8, 37. 8 and 31, 39. 37, 37, 39, 35 and 2, 37, 9 and 30, between red and black, between red and black, positive and negative. This is perfect. Then we end up with 28 to one side. We end up with 27 to the other side, the spirit of 55, 27, and 8. 6 and 28 is 34, equals 7. 66, 76, 86, 93. This one ends up over here to be Saturn. This one ends up to be DC, Saturn and the DC energy. That's the only thing. Then there's this side I really never did before. So I'm not even going to talk about it. It's been years. Thank you for watching.